So now let's play with your power tools just for a moment. We'll do this a lot more the next couple classes, and it's pretty mind-blowing. So just to warn you, but we're going to play with this in your neck area, okay? And I want to just say a couple things about the throat, okay? So a lot of times when our sinuses get infected, it goes into the throat and we get a sore throat, right? So we want to always address this area first, because if this is clean, the chances of infection going down are a lot less. So the sinus, that's why I'm spending 2 classes just on the sinus area. But we are going to start looking at the throat today, because there's this really important gland right at the Adam's apple. If you swallow or something, it's this area about not quite 2/3 down your neck. And it's like a butterfly gland, the thyroid. And that thyroid is it's like the energy center of the body. It controls how much energy we have. It helps with hormones and all kinds of things. So the thyroid is kind of under siege when there's lots of infection. And so we want to be really like loving to this gland. And we're going to be humming, alternate nostril humming, okay? And we're gonna let's rub their hands first just to get them activated. Gonna do some TLC for your thyroid area. But the other thing to mention is about 90% of our lymph nodes are in the neck. 90% or so. That's a huge percentage of lymph nodes. And so by vibrating into these nodes, it's kind of like sending life pranic energy into there. So this is a big practice. Do not overdo this by any means. Be gentle with this. And okay, let's get going. So you're going to inhale through the left nostril and hum. And gently just touch one side of your throat. Inhale again. Gently. And then along the neck. So you can kind of touch in such a way that it's just a very light pressure, just enough to feel the vibration of the hum. It's not necessary to press deeply here. This is a very open area. There are thin muscles on top, but it's lots of glands, and there's arteries and veins and so forth. So you want to work very delicately with your own neck. And you can move your hand like I just did to slowly, kind of almost the way a cat is kneading. You can kind of move it slowly, or you can just stay in one place and feel where your hand's attracted to go. Okay, so let's do the other side. You're going to inhale, hum. As you touch the side of your neck, feeling the vibration, inhale. Okay, good. Just rest for a moment. Feel that little bit of activation, okay? It's subtle, but a lot of times we may want to keep doing more, but I would encourage you instead to just sit quietly for a moment. Not to mention my hands are just buzzing after that. I don't know if you feel that in your fingers, but place your hands on your legs for a moment. Close your eyes for a moment. Just breathe through your nose now. And let all that stimulation just settle for a moment. It was very stimulating. And truly, in my opinion, that's enough. We don't need to do a lot more than that. But if you want to, you could wait a little bit and do a little more. But there's a tendency to get greedy, like, oh, I feel really good. Let me just do it 1 or 2 more times. And then we overstimulate. It's like overeating or any overindulgence. And with breathing practices where you're really using your mind like this, you don't want to overdo, because overstimulation actually creates more anxiety. Okay. And we want to be calming and nourishing. It's like overwatering a plant or putting a plant in front of bright light for too long. A plant needs darkness. It can't be under 24/7 lights. It's not good for a plant. And our bodies are like that too. We need movement, and then we need stillness. And there's this balance. One last thing is to practice this also lying down. I didn't have time in this short class to do this lying down, but practice humming lying down. It's very different in gravity, and we will do more lying down the next couple classes. But actually, when your sinuses are plugged, best to do these sitting up. And if you are sick and you play with humming, it's a very simple way to move the circulation in the body. And this is such encouraged, things for people who are bedridden or can't move because of an injury. And you can play with some of the Feldenkrais principles with humming, and then with these guys, these power tools, and placing your hands in different places. Okay. If you're in bed, if you're sick in bed or anything like that, try to sit up and do them, and then try it lying down. So thanks for joining me.